Hi everybody, it's Mary with Seer Tarot. This is your daily reading. This is for February 2nd or any day or today or any day you watch this. So I pulled a couple cards and things got kind of weird in like the tarot with it. So I kept the original cards and we're going to do this again. Okay. The first one is take note. I'm going to explain what happened here. So let me read. It's 22. Your answers are being given to you. Quiet external voices and excessive noise. Quieting external voices and excessive noise, and it will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Okay. And then the second card was looking at the underbelly. Okay, so this is, be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to reorganize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine-tuning. Looking at the underbelly is looking at the stuff you can't see, because sometimes it has a big, it can undo something, right? Or it can unravel something. It's like mold under your house, mold under, termites in your wall, something that you're not seeing. And so this one, take note. Some of the tarot I got, I used this deck, which felt sticky and icky when I was doing it. Not surprised it went that way. I debated not flipping any on those. Okay. What was coming out, it seemed like it was an offer, but the card says take note. Okay. So, and it wasn't an offer, it was information, but it looked like an offer. So just a heads up on that. Okay. And just the way that I was interpreting it, the way it was coming through, it was an indicator of something. May seem like it's an offer, but it's not. It's the actual information. So to be careful with that, because take another step back, look at it again, and see if you can sort out what's really going on. It was a misrepresentation of what the information was. So your answers are being given to you. You already have the answers, not the offer. There's a difference. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune. Not surprised on the other cards. It's reversed. So it's a change of luck. It could be considered bad luck. It could be losing a significant amount of abundance. And then I also have the King of Wands. So upright. He's kind of an entrepreneur. He's the king. Usually it's a Sagittarius. He's a Sagittarius. It's a masculine energy. Typically, Wands fire is masculine. But he's a leader. Why is that? Why is that King of Wands here? He's a leader, and he's dynamic. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords reversed. So, this is some difficult information. The Wheel of Fortune, it looks like it's fated. It's a bad fate. Like it's unlucky. But then you have this king that's dynamic, that's going to bring in information that we really don't want to hear. So, let me keep going. Hangman, maybe it's going to make somebody feel like they're stuck. I don't want to look at things differently. It can't be. Like there's a denial of the information, okay? And then I have death. And so this is just having to put that down. Maybe allow this cycle to end, because it's about a rebirth. Death is always about a rebirth. But to get to the other side, some things have to end. That's the information that, okay, your answers are being given to you. And so there's something needed here with you using your knowing, using the universal source, God, the angels, to help you sort the information, because discernment is an important skill. Okay, so the energy that's being shown, the truth that's being shown, we cannot continue to work within that energy. Okay, so now we're going to put some cards on looking at the underbelly here. Underbelly. So again, using your time in the best possible way. Maybe a project needs some fine tuning. Okay. I have the Three of Wands. This is because there's a system or project that's being worked on where there's no reward. There's just no reward. You can't put enough out there to get the reward. And that's what it's about, the fruit. What fruit is whatever this is bearing for you? I'm going to have the Star, and this is something that's not written in the stars in the way that it's going to bring betterment for mankind. Okay, it's actually suppressing this intuitive mind, the connection to source. Okay. So then I have the Ten of Swords, and it's failure, it's ruin. Ten of Swords is pain, and it's illness. Okay. It's a great betrayal. Then I have the Page of Swords, which is the information that's being given. Pages are the beginning of the information. It's like extra, read all about it. Okay, like that, like a newspaper. But and the sword is a sword of power and truth. Okay, so it's information about the truth. So, and then there's a place that a little bit of, well, it is a warning to stay grounded, and to stay balanced, strength reversed, and to try to calm your fear and your anger, because it's necessary to be able to look at the information honestly and use that filter. Okay. Four of Cups reversed, not being able to see what was right in front of us. Okay. Looking at the underbelly, it's all part of that. These are soft cards. They're saying it softly and gently. Talking about a difficult situation, but bringing it in a soft way to make it more malleable and less fearing. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to just look at this. Take note. That's about the answers that are being given. Okay, and we're going to do an angel card. The answers that are being given, the difficult conversations, is the truth. Okay, number 13, the truth. We're going to go in and read this one. I just took a little nap. I'm all sleepy. Okay. You may find yourself facing a situation in which it is difficult to determine the real truth of the matter and the best way forward. Instead of relying on your rational mind to work it out logically, try going within. Sit quietly in meditation, even if it's only for a few minutes a day, and you'll see the answer to the puzzle revealed, perhaps when you least expect it. Okay. And here's a little mantra. I look within to find my truth. I listen to the divine force that comes from my inner self. I am in harmony with myself, and I welcome the love of God, the power that will guide me towards my fullest shining radiance. Okay, so now we're going to look at, we're going to pull a card looking at the underbelly, okay? This is liberation. We've been getting this one quite a bit lately. It's number 34. If you have been feeling frustrated by the lack of action and stagnant energy in your life right now, it may be a time to reconsider your need for some of your material possessions. Sometimes we need to focus on accumulating more stuff in order to fill the void within or to avoid facing our true feelings. Decluttering your living space and spending less time distracting yourself with material possessions can be incredibly liberating and empower you to make important changes in your life for your own well-being. So here's the mantra for this card. It's an example. I free myself from a dependence on material objects in my life. I liberate myself and improve the flow of energy in my life by clearing my clutter. Now, when we learn difficult information, especially about darkness, dark ones, darkness, you decide. We can get lost in the darkness we can get lost in the betrayal, we can get lost in the theft, we can get lost in the pain that's been caused. We can also get lost in our anger. And these are all ways of working through it. But the darkness it helps us get to the truth, to the light. Without the light shining on it, the darkness would not be revealed. It would just be like every other moment, every other thing, right? But one of the things to maybe have a little bit of hope about, you can see how you feel about that, is we wouldn't be seeing so much darkness if it wasn't being unraveled, okay? And that's the good news, because we wouldn't even notice it. If we weren't getting to a higher vibration, again, we wouldn't even notice it. Excuse me. So one of the greatest gifts that we can have, and I'm probably not telling you anything new, is intuition. Intuition can steer us away from a traffic accident. Be careful around that corner. Watch out for pedestrians. It can, like that little whisper. Or maybe you ought to call your mom, or maybe you ought to check on your child. That kind of stuff. That's intuition a lot. It's an important skill, and it's important we listen to that, or we consider it. So, this is the Intuition Oracle deck. So we're just going to do, we'll just see maybe a couple cards. See the beauty around you. Yeah. There's always beauty. One of the things while we're walking through the valley of darkness, wisdom, is that the knowledge is a gift. It's wisdom, and to see. Don't forget that there's beauty around us all the time. We do live in a magical place, and that's the thing to understand, that it is magical. Okay, let's just get a quick review of the book in case there's something there that's not jumping out in the cards, okay? Looking at them. So this is the swan. So the swan is about partnership, beauty, grace, elegance, and partnership again. Okay. It's swan is associated with transition from an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. I love that, because you got to get through the dirt to make the bricks, the rocks, pull the weeds to grow the crops. Okay. A swan wants you to know that you have been beautiful since the moment of your conception. Your spirit is something that people find beautiful, and Swan wants to remind you that you are loved very much. Swans tell you to look deeper within and around yourself to see beauty the beauty all around you. It can be the simple things, like a flower blooming on the side of a road, to a smile from a stranger. Beauty surrounds you. You may be doubting your love relationship, but Swan reassures you that your partnership is strong. If you're not in a love partnership, this is an indication that a long-lasting and beautiful relationship is right in the next pond. That was a little bit unexpected, wasn't it? Wisdom. Okay, and this is the owl, because the owl is a great symbol of wisdom, isn't he? The key word is second sight, magic, secrets, truth, and wisdom. Okay, if an owl has arrived in your reading, it symbolizes the wisdom that you have, which spans your earthly years. Those who you come into contact with may be drawn to you for sage advice, your second sight, and your keen ability to keep secrets. You can sense the truth and untruth in people and situations, though you don't always follow through on your gut instincts. Owl tells you that you are interpreting the signs correctly and to believe in your psychic abilities, which are a gift, not a curse, despite the information that you receive. Owl can also mean that there is somebody keeping a secret from you or being untruthful. This is not you being overly sensitive. Follow through on the feelings you have with your second sight, for if you don't, you may indeed regret it later on. This whole thing was about that. I love you. Have a great day.